Severe thunderstorms are possible across southwestern parts of Western Australia today as a cold front moves through, with the risk of locally damaging winds continuing for parts of the south coast across the weekend. Taking a look at our rain radar, we can see isolated to scattered showers already developing across the west and southwest coasts, ahead of that approaching cold front. Winds and isolated thunderstorms are also going to build through the course of today as that system approaches, then moves through. Taking a look at our thunderstorm outlook for today, storms are possible across much of that southwest corner of the state. Severe thunderstorms are possible in this yellow area you see here. That's an area southwest of a line between around Jurien Bay and Albany, and it does include Perth and Bunbury. Now, severe thunderstorms through the course of today may bring locally damaging winds or heavy falls that could lead to flash flooding. These severe weather impacts are most likely about the coastal fringe, but are possible anywhere in our severe area. We may see a bit of a break in the thunderstorms through this evening, but we're likely to see a return of some unstable, stormy weather coming through overnight tonight as cold air moves in from the southern ocean. Wherever we see those severe thunderstorms, we do of course have a risk of severe weather hazards. For those damaging winds, they could bring down trees and tree limbs, potentially leading to dangerous driving conditions or damage to cars and property. We may also see some power outages depending on how widespread those severe storms might be and how wide-reaching their impacts are. You can keep an eye on the storms today by checking the Bureau's radar and also by checking the Bureau's warnings page in case we do need to issue any severe thunderstorm warnings across the course of our Friday. Now, the winds really are the key concern with this front. We're seeing very strong northwesterly winds coming in ahead of the system, shifting sharply to southwesterlies behind it. That first burst of strong winds will come through with the front itself, but we've got a second burst coming up in that cold, unstable southerly flow. That will push against the southern coast of the state through the later part of tomorrow into early Sunday. We're then likely to see a third burst of strong winds moving through on Sunday afternoon, going into the early part of Monday. Now, those strong winds along the south coast in particular may trigger some severe weather warnings for damaging winds about parts of that coastal fringe. Those damaging winds again have the risk of bringing down trees or tree limbs and causing potential localised damage. In terms of the rainfall with this front, showers and thunderstorms moving in ahead of and on the system, with a more steady rain band following in behind. As the cold air moves in from the south though, we're going to see very wintry showers, small hail and gusty winds continuing through Saturday, particularly about that west and southwest coast. As the system moves east and we see those two follow-up features brushing the south coast, we are likely to see isolated to scattered showers continuing in some parts, mostly about the west and the southwest coasts. Across the next 3 days, we're likely to see widespread totals of around 15 to 30 millimetres across parts of the southwest, but the rainfall totals about the coastal fringe are likely to be a little bit higher. We may also see those higher totals coming through wherever we see those thunderstorms developing. Now, the last hazard I really want to mention with the cold fronts this weekend is the large waves and swells we're anticipating. With the first system moving through today, we're likely to see large waves and swells pushing those wave heights up to around 5 metres offshore in the wake of that system going into tomorrow. The further systems brushing the south coast may push the wave heights up to around 7 or 8 metres along that southern coastline through the later part of the weekend and into early next week. It is possible that we will be issuing coastal hazard warnings for these large waves through the course of the weekend as well. Now, as this system starts to unfold today, it is essential to stay on top of the latest forecasts and warnings via the Bureau's website, the Bomb Weather app, and via our social media. Stay safe and we'll catch you next time.